Good afternoon. Welcome to the Friday, February 16th, 2024 public Kingston City Land Bank meeting of the Comms Committee, which is Communication, Community Engagement, and Fundraising. My name is Mike. We ask that members of the public limit their comments to no more than 2 minutes per speaker. With that, I turn it over to Bartek Stardai, the committee chair.
Okay, so I did send out an agenda, and first one was the newsletter. And so this is the draft, and for some reason, I think because I'm on the city's Wi-Fi, it's not pulling up the photos here. And Mike did send me a few comments. I saw that right before this, Mike. So it's just a short message. I'm mentioning the 3 properties that we're just completing or have completed. I'm going to reword this a little bit to indicate that we're done with 289 Rogers and 169 Hurley 2. I'm going to edit this to be 1/3 of the market price. And then we're talking about our first ever private property donation. We're talking about the sale of 111 Downs. We're talking about our new website. We're welcoming Barbara. Welcome, Barbara. By the way, if you want to edit this, let me know. Did you, Mike, you had a comment on this. Did you say we should remove this section, the home purchase waitlist?
No, it's actually where it says pictured left.
Oh, just the pictured left. Okay, got it.
Or something else.
And then plugging in the new board members. Anything else that we should include here? Mike, you sent a few things that maybe, let's see what you said.
Those were more potential external communication topics.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so not necessarily for this newsletter. Okay. Barbara or Kyle, any feedback?
I think it looks good. I'm looking at the draft link so I can see.
Okay, great.
All the pictures.
I like these metrics that you're throwing in there. I think that's sells a compelling narrative.
Yeah, I was thinking about how to say how much the estimate we received. Because the estimate was so high, but I didn't want to mention the number. Right, because it just seems obscene. But this doing it as a percentage feels right. So, I guess we don't know the numbers for Rogers or Hurley, do we? No, okay, that's fine.
No, the appraisals are going on now by the bank.
Okay.
We're not conducting broker price opinion because it's a different enforcement mortgage. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
For the section that's, PS, we need your help. Check out our new request for proposals to work on our homes and to help with our social media. I think on the agenda you have like the social media RFP. Do we want to draw bigger attention to that so it's like more visible, people can see?
That's probably right.
Because I think it's easy to skip like a PS for those types of items.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll make it its own little thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise I think it looks great.
Okay. Mike, I alluded to the fact that we're moving forward with the new project on 3rd Avenue, but left it at that. Okay.
Oh wait, Bartek, one other comment.
Yeah.
For the private property donation, I see the picture. I see the blurb. It says the donation of 143 3rd Avenue pictured right, but the picture is on the left.
Okay.
So I don't know how much of a stickler we want to be, but
no, it needs to be perfect.
I don't want them to be like, these people are working on homes and they don't know the difference between left and right. But otherwise, I think it's good.
Okay, so I will make these few edits. Mike, I'll integrate your stuff and then I'll send it out. I probably will schedule it to go out like on Tuesday of next week. Okay. Let's talk the social media RFP. And Mike, you sent a email from KDD.
Dwyer.
Yes. Let's see what that says.
And just for context, Barbara, if you're not aware, Katie did the website refresh for us, and
Okay.
she did our logo as well. New logo. Current logo.
So she said, in the project description, you talk about the social media spanning the website, but when that's not clear, it's unclear whether posting the news to the website and drafting, sending the newsletters. I think it's just, yes, we would still be doing the news and newsletter, and the consultant would do the social media. I agree. Okay. Will you be providing all the photos for use? No. Yeah. They need to produce everything.
Mhm.
The RFP says it's expected that you will need 4 postings per month, but do you anticipate months that would have more than that? Yeah, I mean, I sort of think like there might be slow months where it's 2, and then some months where it's more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would be
So
easier
maybe
to get an idea when we know like kind of what our strategic, like the plan that we have for what kind of events we want to do, because that would obviously like require more frequent posting leading up to and after an event. It's hard to gauge at this moment though. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. And also just like historically, there's just going to be more stuff certain times of the year. So it's almost like it's not a monthly goal, but it's almost like a quarterly goal or an annual goal, right?
Mm.
But what did we say in the RFP? Oh.
I think I said that it's expected to be 4 postings per month, and I was just guessing.
Right, but we could say 4, yeah, like I think the answer there is it's on average.
Okay.
Right. But not
We're looking
doesn't
for
necessarily have to be 4 every month. Yeah.
I think when it goes out in the newsletter, I'm sure we'll get some more responses. So I'll just filter those back this week.
Mhm.
And then you and I had sort of talked about this, Mike. Daniel, he's not doing it, or you don't know.
I don't know. It's my understanding. I did make him aware that it was out. It's my understanding that he hasn't looked at it yet. Let him know, so I don't know.
Okay.
What level of interest he has responded. Hopefully he does. That's at least my hope. But
Yeah, I talked about it with him in December, and he was like,
Okay.
yes, I have so many ideas, and I have thousands of pictures.
he does have pictures and ideas.
All right. Anything else on social media RFP?
Could I just ask? I'm sorry, Barbara.
Oh no, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, thanks. Do you think that this should come to the board for a vote? The RFP is due on the 23rd, or should it wait another month? I think that's just something I wanted to get right in the board package, because we will have bids back. by the 23rd. The board meeting is 27th.
I mean, if we get a bunch of good responses, then I don't see why we wouldn't go on the 27th.
Okay.
Right. Or is there
So you
something
want
I'm
to
missing?
audible?
Is there something I'm missing on that?
No, it was just that it hadn't, I would have, in an ideal world, I would have the proposal closed, the RFP closed and bring
Oh.
the bids to the committee and then go from the committee to the board. So I just wanted to make sure I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to have it go straight to the board versus. Well, I think in the interest of time, it can go straight to the board and dependent on the volume of how many
Yeah.
responses, I guess. If we get like 10 or more like responses, then maybe we should have the committee like schedule a meeting and kind of narrow it down, maybe.
Okay, maybe I will, when it's due, I will summarize all the bids and send that to the committee with the bids, if you want to see it as well.
Okay.
Just say, what do you think? Should this go in the board package? You want to call, review it?
Mhm.
You want to do it over email? Could we push
Yeah.
it off? Probably that on the 24th, I guess.
And-
even the 23rd.
Yeah. And obviously KDD received it, but we haven't sent it like out to anyone directly, right? Or has no. Okay.
No. Katie found out about it because I mentioned it to her when she was asking if we wanted to retain them for a monthly security fee on the website, which is, as far as I can tell, means someone pressing the update button on all the widgets in the back end, which I have to do every month. I'm in the website recently more. So I had said, hey, if you want to keep working with us, there's this opportunity on our website. So that's how that comes.
Are we allowed to like share the link with people? Or, if we think
Yeah.
that they might have
Yeah.
interest or qualify, like, what's that app, like Upstate Curious or whatever that app is? Like might be a place to like just put a blast on there and say, hey, if anyone is a social media guru, here's an interesting opportunity you should consider.
I think that'd be great.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it would be great to find someone that, if Daniel didn't want to be involved, that's fine, but it'd be great to find someone like Daniel who's kind of just like passionate about this on their own like drive and like understands what we're doing and understands the content and can like create their own voice, right, for the organization. And maybe Katie could do that, but I'm not,
I think last time we solicited a proposal for this type of work from Katie, she came back with, I think that's why she's asking the question she is, was that she would post things but not create things. You would sort of rehash what we've done, not generate any new content. I believe that was her response. So
yeah, but then it's kind of like, what's the point at that point? If it's already created.
If we had in-house expertise, we wouldn't need an RFP.
certainly not me.
No, me either. Okay.
Ribbon cutting event.
Yes.
Uh,
So
you had thrown out some dates, or you want to just talk about that briefly, Mike?
yeah, Kyle and I are working on getting families to closing. And so they have commitment letters that expire from the bank, and that's usually your guiding document. I don't know offhand, Kyle, if you know the dates. I know that I believe they're the 6th, the 7th, and maybe the 15th of March. The 3 homes, and I can't remember which one's the 15th, but I mentioned it to say that this morning Franklin Street probably got pushed back by about 3 or 4 weeks. We have to install an additional system just to meet a requirement. We weren't aware of it until recently. So that's in process as of today, but my thinking is that we'll probably be able to have ribbon cutting, or at least know when we can have a ribbon cutting within the next week or two, just signed the contract for 29 Rogers this morning, and I expect to do the same for 169 Pearly fairly soon, and then it goes over the bank's underwriter, and they're getting ready to close. So if there was a desire to do something this month, early next month, I'd say that that's probably the right time to do it for either 2 homes or all 3 homes, or have 2 events or have 1 event for both. I'm happy to send a checklist of things that I've done in the past. Folks can see, what they want to do differently, or happy to go get a podium, for example. I have a ribbon, I have a big pair of scissors, I've got that stuff in my house.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we've done in the past just works great for me. And so Barbara, since I don't think you've attended a ribbon cutting before.
Mm-mm.
There's usually just a few speakers, like very brief though. And then there is a formal ribbon cutting, like an actual ribbon cutting. And then usually someone is giving tours of the house or just speaking more about the house inside.
Maybe look
And then
into
all the families
parking.
are there. What's that?
Look into parking so we don't have someone in front of the house
Yeah,
parking on the
right.
garage.
Yeah. And then usually all the family, like the actual, the families are there too.
Mm.
So, I do think doing like more than one event for this group of 3, it just sounds too much, but doing one event and then inviting all 3 families,
Yeah.
but I'm open to ideas.
Who closes on the 15th, or who has the commitment letter cut, if you know? That might be the home to target.
The 19th is
19th.
that's the 169 Hurley.
Early.
That's the latest one.
Okay. Cool. So that would be the worst case scenario. If it took a while for some reason to plan this or get people's schedules in order or anything,
Mm.
that would be the latest date. Be say the 15th or so of March. I think what we've done in the past, Bartek, that I think has worked really well is just to set a date and then figure it out from there. Maybe I could tell everyone, try to get some insights once I've signed the contracts in
Yeah.
the ETA on that.
Yeah, and I think we just pick a Friday, right? We've been doing Friday afternoons, I think,
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
which I think is good, great. So I agree with
support
that,
it.
Mike. Yeah. And I personally love the idea of doing the Franklin one, and not doing Hurley necessarily, but we did do the initial one at Rogers, like the initial Legacy Cities closing event. So
Probably a little early for this, but we did a groundbreaking for Legacy Cities one, the first time around. Do you think it makes sense to segue the closing of the last Legacy Cities 1 home into something about Legacy Cities 2? Or just too early?
We could cover so many different I mean, what
Milestones
did
with
we
this, yeah.
yeah, didn't we announce something at the Legacy Cities 1 groundbreaking? I feel like, or maybe that was the Franklin, or maybe that was the Union. I feel like we did a dual announcement at one of these events, and I think that was helpful. I don't remember what it was though. I think it was that we were selling, that's what it was, we were selling German and Union, but we announced that we'd open the lottery for the application process for next 3. So yeah, certainly whoever's up on the podium, whoever goes up there to speak for the land bank, probably maybe others should definitely mention it. For closing, we're the first ones to close, and we're the first ones to have a second closing soon. I think we'll be applying around that date to the state. So great. Okay. Just thinking logistics, we've done press release, media blast. I can take a first pass at the press release if that's helpful. And without a date yet, but we can start to figure out the date and make sure there's not anything going on at Franklin in those dates. Should be pretty quick. What we have to do is just finish.
Yeah, I mean,
we
like
can announce.
March 15th.
There are a lot of committees meetings on that. It's the same committee schedule as today, but it doesn't. If everyone's cool with it. Yeah, March 15th. Okay.
Or the 20th, I mean, or the 22nd.
Let's do the 15th, or let's pencil in the 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Maybe Kyle, I could send you a list offline and we can see if we can break up some of the stuff or send it to the whole comms committee, Artec or Barbara.
Mhm.
Let you guys know what we're doing. It's not overly complicated, but there's some logistics. X, Y, and Z. Like you said, Kyle, making sure the parking's in front of the house.
Yeah, although
Would
I
be
think
great.
the benefit, I mean, I guess people will still do it. I think on Franklin, the parking is on the other side of the street, or do I have a, actually, now that I think about it, I don't
No,
know.
you're right.
It's okay.
I think you're right. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Parking seemed to work for the holiday party there, right? Wasn't
Mhm.
major concern.
Great.
So you'll send around you had that checklist. Okay.
I have something, or I can come up with something.
Hey. The next item I had was going back to something we set, a goal we set in the retreat and the 1-year plan. Rebecca had wanted to, she sent a letter that she wanted to talk about this afternoon, but she's not here.
You see her email in your Google Doc.
Yeah, and I do think the Franklin event and also the press for that is an opportunity for a lot of what she had mentioned.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Yeah, and you know, on social media, like this past week, I've seen like Old Savannah has been promoting guest bartenders that are going on behalf of like different nonprofit organizations, and all the tips they make like in their hour are going like as fundraising things. But that could be like a way to get out in front of the public and do like small time like fundraising. You know, if there's future opportunities for that.
Totally. Hey, you know more about what's going on in Kingston than I do. I didn't know about the app. Not that I would know anything. I don't go outside. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I only know about the Old Savannah thing because I follow them on Instagram, and they're having what's his Thomas Sadowski. He's an actor who was like on HBO's The Newsroom. He's one of the guest bartenders on behalf of like People's Place.
Cool.
So I'm sure it's gonna be like a mad house tomorrow or this weekend, but good way. But I know a lot of locals go to Old Savannah, just like it's a good mix of, you know, people who have recently moved here, but also people who have grown up or have lived here for a long time, so good way to get, and we could even have like a table at the front with like more information on like what the land bank is. And I think,
Cool.
do we have in terms of for events like a one pager or like some kind of something to give out so people know like who we are and what we do?
We need that.
I
I think,
th-
Parker.
yeah, we have it. Let's see. I'll have to look for it.
Okay.
At some point we had it. Um, I mean, at this point, it's probably old and has all of our old logos on it, though. So,
Yeah, we need to be refreshed.
yeah. Yeah, I was just taking a look at their. So it's part of their Winter Fest thing. It looks like that they're having over the weekend at Old Savannah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like different organizations have different like different time, like junior league is tomorrow from 5 to 6. And then People's Place, I think like their hours on Sunday, but could be something to think about, or if it's not like this event or this restaurant, but another place.
Hmm.
Let's do it. We have done exactly one, I believe, sort of public facing fundraiser get together thing. It was at the bar on Chance, brewery on Chance. It's very successful in terms of fundraising,
Mhm.
and getting people on the newsletter, but fundraising
Yeah.
is through the roof. Kingston Standard. That's what it is. They
Oh, yeah.
told us to come back anytime, and they said it was their. They said, I guess it was one of their biggest revenue days ever.
Awesome.
But that's what we were
Yeah.
told. They were really happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, it happened like during probably the biggest. It was in October, right? I think, not right.
Yeah,
And it was like a 3-day. Was it Columbus Day weekend? It might have been. No, that not
something.
Columbus. Something.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 3-day weekend. I understand,
Right.
like, know why
Yeah.
a lot of people are like off
Right.
school and work. So,
Okay.
Actually, planning for events or external communications and stuff like that. I realize not everyone on the call has a Kingston City Land Bank t-shirt, which is usually kind of helpful.
mhm.
Barbara, do you want a t-shirt? I think Nate doesn't have a t-shirt either. Should I just order a bunch of them? We have them all. There's a link on our website to get them.
Okay.
Don't know if there's a cheaper way for us to get them, but sometimes at events, like we're giving out t-shirts or done that in the past. Maybe I'll get a couple more and more, something, some number. We always have too few or too many, so it's one to two.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it's nice to have like that visibility when you're at events so people know like who to approach and talk to and where to get their answers, their questions answered. And also to like pass out or even like as part of like a raffle, some merch. As for
Folks
the
I think I have those.
rest of this 1-year plan, I think we need to get the other board members on the call before like hmm.
Yeah, maybe just thinking about the rest of the year and what's the best way to kick that off since Rebecca's not
Mhm.
on. Maybe what I'll do as a follow-up is just to do I'll do like a little calendar
Mhm.
and I'll just populate it with some stuff. And by stuff, I mean like at least one like communications touch point that's monthly from like low lift, like newsletter to like higher lift stuff to an actual event. Just to kick it off. That's all I had for the agenda for today. Does anyone have anything else?
You have to make like a motion to adjourn or whatever.
I'm not sure. We always do that at the end of board meetings and
Yeah,
other
I'm like, I don't
boards
know how
that
we end
we're part of
committees.
do
I
that.
can't remember.
All right, well, thanks all. So I will wrap up the newsletter stuff. I'll get that out. And we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
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 Hello.
Hey,
Hey, I saw you sent that email with the slides. I just haven't, I'm sorry, I haven't been able
Yeah.
to look at it.
no worries. I just want, it's, far from perfect, but I just want to shape the narrative kind of just to make sure I'm talking about the right stuff. Just wanted to ask also
Oh,
another.
we're recording.